clear below 1-2.
And Big Bear traffic, Silver Bonanza, left base, 26 Big Bear.
Hey Tanner, great to be with you again. Amazing to be in your plane.
So awesome to finally have you in the plane. But we're just kind of cruising our way out to the hangar in Chino right now. There's Riverside, Fontana, a bunch of racetracks, a bunch of airports, and a lot of people and probably some traffic down there. But I'm ready for your questions. Go for it.
All right, we have a few fan questions here. One from Brad, 4130. What our model holds the highest G rating on the skid pad?
Brad, good question. I don't know. I'm going to say I've been lucky enough to drive a lot of the R models on a skid pad, some that we don't actually get in the US. But the Golf R, I'm pretty sure, has the highest skid pad. I'm sure it's over a G. But the new torque vectoring system in the rear differential really added to that. It creates a lot of lateral grip. So I'm going to say the Mark 8 Golf R.
All right, that's awesome. Another one from Brad. Out of all the R cars, which one is the fastest per corner?
Again, if you're talking speed and cornering speed, the Golf R is the fastest. The Mark 8 is 19 seconds faster than the Mark 7 Golf R on the Nürburgring. 19 seconds is absolutely huge with basically the same power, similar power. So just the torque vectoring and chassis improvements and improvements in braking, but cornering speed, to your question, really has made it that much faster. So it is a beast on the racetrack, and I've been really lucky to get some time running the Mark 8R on the racetrack.
I have another one from Jay Anderson, 44. What's your favorite hidden feature in the Golf R8?
Okay, hold on to that question. I'm going to land real quick. We'll get back to it. We'll pull up to my hangar here, and I'll answer a couple more questions.
Thank you for that question, and introducing the all-new Golf R Mark 8 in all of its glory. I actually really love this color blue, but to answer your question completely, I really think you probably should take a look inside. Here, come on inside, I'll go around. Everything changes so much more in the Golf 8. The whole character of the car changes. Here, if you take a look at the screen, first of all, you can go ahead and 100% disable the ESC. Yes, so this is on you. It does 100% go off, and I can confirm that from spending a lot of time beyond the grip limit. But if you want to just drift and still have ESC maintain exactly how much drift angle you have, you can push the drift mode and it will do just that. If you want to keep the ESC still off, you can go into the custom mode, and then you can decide how much DCC you want on this nice sliding scale. You can decide how much of the differential, the new differential, by the way, torque vectoring, it can send 100% of the power left or right, which completely changes the character of the car. So it is an amazing thing that you can make the character of the car match exactly what mood you're in that day. That's one thing. Another feature that you may not be aware of is out here, new brakes. A lot of people don't give brakes their due credit for performance of a car. These are larger and vented. It is a huge performance change to have bigger brakes. What else you got?
I have one from Audi R8 Lover 9. So after the Top Gear episode, do you keep the cars, or do you just give them back to the owners, or they go to the junkyard?
Top Gear question. Well, after 750 days of filming, something like that, we had a lot of cars, hundreds of cars. Some of them were kept in a warehouse, some of them I bought, some of them Rutledge, actually half of them Rutledge bought, frankly. But most of them got destroyed at the end of the show.
Awesome, I would love to see some of your cars here.
Happy to show you around. This is, you may have seen this, this is a 1976 912E. Potentially the slowest Porsche ever made. It's a 911 body with a 912 four-cylinder engine. It puts out a whopping 98 horsepower, but it is priceless to me because this was the car that when I was 3, my dad bought new, 1976. I bought it from him maybe 15 years ago, but this is the car that got me into cars. You know, I would sit literally in that exact sheepskin, that actually sounds a little gross. Literally when I was just turning 5 years old, I remember going from Colorado Boulevard to Hampton Boulevard in Denver and hearing the tires squeal, and that was the first time I'd ever heard that. And I was, what was that? And my dad made some excuse about the tires being low, but I was addicted to driving, addicted to cars from that moment on. Nothing in this car has changed. It has all the same little dents, all the same little things that it did from the factory. Same stereo, still has this little thing. My dad's a doctor, so he would record himself, I think, you know, after talking to patients. Has the cutest horn ever. Is one of those things that, for me, is more than a family heirloom. It's just something that I cherish and I'm very, very lucky to own. This is a bright orange Beetle. Yes, you guessed it. No, this is an Rwb Beetle. So if you've ever heard of raw welt, there's a Japanese designer named Nakai-san who builds these incredibly wide, crazy Porsches. This is the only non-Porsche that he has done. This bright yellow thing is the Drift Taxi. It was a competition car in Formula D, but we extended the roll cage to the back. We put the nitrous tank in the very back and the radiator all the way in the trunk so that we could have 4 seats. This car was created to take people for rides. And when I bring it to a Volkswagen event, I love shredding people around the racetrack. And we drifted the entire Formula One track with this thing, and it was so much fun. The rest of the hangar, we've got some go-karts, and my daughter learned to drive on. Got some Ducatis. That's some of the highlights of the hangar. But long answer to a short question. What else you got?
I have one from Hey Maddie K. What's the type of racing you've never done, but you would love to try?
I've been super lucky that I've gotten to race a lot of weird stuff, but one thing I never really got to do is endurance racing. Daytona, Le Mans, I've never really gotten to do that type of racing, so I would love to get on proper road racetracks with proper sports cars.
I have one more from Sharkbait42.
Okay, Sharkbait42, go for it.
I want to ride.
Well, the car for you is sitting right behind you, but actually I am doing, recently we just organized a charity. Little Warriors Foundation is a great charity, and with a $25 donation, the link will be in the description. Every $25 enters you to win a ride-along with a BBI prepared race car here in California, and we'll have a travel budget also to get you out to California if you don't live here. But we'll go for a ride. I'll do my best to scare the heck out of you, or at least have some fun and take a freak show of a race car really fast around a racetrack. So that would be my pleasure. Actually, speaking of road racing, if you want to see the Golf R Mark 8 do its stuff on a racetrack here in Southern California, Willow Springs, the next video, make sure you check it out because I'm going to put this through its paces at Streets of Willow. It is an awesome machine, awesome fun. Make sure you check it out.
Volkswagen.